Why do you support Donald Trump?
One reason is because I do not support abortion.
And what about abortion?
Yeah. Um, I just don't support it at all at any point, besides for reasons of, um, or if it's harming the mother.
Okay, any pregnancy can harm the mother.
Um, if it's in a situation where the mother's life is going to be threatened,
Okay, if it's okay, any pregnancy carries a risk of.
sure, I get what you're saying. I guess if it's just a known risk, like if it's a,
There's a
I,
known risk of pregnancy.
um, like the doctor's telling them, hey, if you don't get this abortion, you are definitely going to die.
They have to be actively.
Not necessarily actively be, but close, I guess.
Close? How close?
I don't know.
If you don't know, then why are you wanting to legislate it?
Um, I I guess what I'm saying is, in majority of cases, you can't just say that all pregnancies are going to lead to. I mean, I get what you're
That's
saying
that's not what
that
we're
all
arguing.
pregnancies have the chance of leading to death,
Mhm.
but I mean, that obviously doesn't happen very commonly.
It does happen, and
Sure.
if you want to reference like the risk, at what point of risk then would you say it shouldn't be allowed? And if you don't know at what point of risk, well then it seems like you probably shouldn't be the one wanting to restrict women's access to abortion across the board. You know,
No, that's a good point. I guess I would say at the point of risk that they are.
so they have to be actively.
Yeah. I mean, actively dying is hard to say, like, what that technically
Let's
means,
say they have
actively
a
dying.
40% risk of.
Um, then yes, they should be able to abort.
What about a 20% risk of?
Yes.
What about a 10%?
Yes.
5%?
Yes.
What about 1%?
Maybe not.
Why not?
I get what you're saying, dude. I mean, it's hard. I guess this is a hard line to define. I definitely get what you're saying. Um, because I would argue that if they're at any risk of, then they should be able to abort the baby.
Okay,
But you're saying that every pregnancy has
yes.
the technical risk of.
Yes.
So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It sounds like you're
I'm.
pro-choice.
I guess if we're saying that if the reason somebody is aborting their child because they feel they have any possible risk of, then sure. But I don't support people aborting their baby for other reasons, like um, because they can't support the baby, or they don't make enough money, or things like that.
So wait, here would be my question. So then do you think it should be illegal?
What should be illegal specifically?
Abortion access, like in elective reasons.
Um,
Like, say my girlfriend gets pregnant,
mhm.
should it be legal for her to go get an abortion? Or like, if I pay for it,
Yeah.
should I go to prison too?
Yeah.
You
I
think
would say yeah.
you'd think I should go to prison if I paid for her abortion?
If you also supported the abortion and paid for it and allowed that to happen, I don't think anybody should allow for an abortion to happen, except like I was saying, I do believe in the exceptions. But I do get what you're saying. It's hard to draw a line in that
So
case.
if you believe I'm culpable for paying for it, well then would you argue that people who engage in IVF should also go to prison because they're because the process of IVF discards many embryos and zygotes per patient?
No, I support IVF definitely.
But that multiple people under your worldview. If we're talking about it being a person at conception, so at what point is it a person?
Oh. Um, I think it's a person as soon as the egg is formed,
You mean the as soon as conception
the
starts?
embryo.
Okay, so then you think that they are serial, right? So then IVF should be illegal, and anyone who's engaged in IVF should be sent to prison for serial, right?
I get what you're saying. I mean, under what you're saying, yeah, I guess.
Not you don't think that though, right? You don't think people
I
engaging in
I I
IVF
don't.
are culpable for serial.
I definitely don't think that. No, 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 not at all. I guess then I would have to change where I think that it is a baby because I just don't agree in, let's just say somebody is 4 weeks pregnant. At that point, I would definitely disagree with
Why?
abortion. Um,
Why not
because
before, but you do after?
I don't know, dude, I get what you're saying.
If it's just an I don't know and arbitrary, not a good reason to legislate, right?
Sure, sure. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't like people just for the reasoning of I can't support this baby, or that I had this baby and now I realize it was a mistake. Reasons like that, I just don't think are good enough reasons for people to get rid of a life.
I don't think it's a baby at 4 weeks. It's not
Okay,
sentient. It's not like a
that's where
baby.
I would disagree with you.
At what point is it a baby?
I mean, I would say at the point of conception.
At the point of conception. Okay.
I know, but I know that you're saying that I can't support IVF in that way.
Is
I
there
don't
is this
know
a
how to
person?
respond to that. Is it a person? No, but is it a life? Yes.
So you don't think that this is a person? So it's not a person at conception under your view?
It's a life at conception. I guess all I'm saying is that
So is
it's a
this so is
life
this a
at
person?
conception. Um, no, but it's
No.
going to be a person.
When is it going to be a person? And that's going to be person. So by the way, you just said that chicken derived lactic acid was going to become a person.
All right, all right, all right. Sorry about that. I don't look, dude. I don't know. Okay, I don't have a good answer to that. I really don't. So, I mean, I guess what I would ask you, if you would allow me to ask you a question, is would you support abortion all the way up until the end,
Would I support abortion
pregnancy
up until the end of a no? So
of the
I
full
so
term? I guess that's what I'm asking. Where does that change for you? I'm curious.
yeah, so in terms of abortion access, I think that abortion is wrong after the point of sentience for elective reasons. And after the point of viability, people aren't having
Mhm.
lethal abortions at the latest points of pregnancy. They're just engaging in
Mm.
induction of early birth.
No, I agree with
Because
you
essentially,
that
essentially, I just want to let you know if
people aren't really doing that at
like
the
like
end of
for
pregnancy.
yeah, like for
Yeah.
example, if you have like a lethal abortion that late, you still have to give birth
Mm.
to the baby,
True.
right?
True.
So like it
True.
wouldn't make sense to give birth to a dead baby rather than to give birth to a live baby, right?
Sure. So you're saying you agree with abortion up to the point of
Of sentience, which is around
sentience.
20 to 24 weeks in the womb.
I I think I could agree with you about that.
Yeah, because
I
like
do.
here's also like broader reasoning from this. We don't think it's murder to pull the plug on individuals in our family that's brain dead, right? And they're still cellularly speaking alive.
I
They still
see
have a
what you're
heartbeat.
saying.
They still have organs. But the distinction is that they're
Hmm.
never going to have a subjective experience again. So prior to the point that they ever had a subjective experience, if you have an abortion, they never would have had a subjective experience ever.
Sure. I think I could agree with you about that, up to the point of sentience.
Yeah. And
Um,
then you're pro-choice because literally practically every single circumstance happens prior to that.
really.
Yeah. So like that's why I'm totally fine with Roe versus Wade. I like
All
Roe versus
right.
Wade. I think it's better.
Okay. All right. I definitely get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying. I mean, I guess I didn't realize that if I supported it up to that point, that I'd be considered pro-choice in that case.
Yep, yep. That's pro-choice because in most circumstances, in like 99% of cases, you think people should be able to get access to it. I mean, no, it'd be like practically every case because after that point, practically every abortion that happens after that point is going to be like medical necessity, right? And in those
Sure.
circumstances, we definitely think people should be able to get access to them, right?
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So it
Um,
seems like you're pro-choice. So then, what is the reason why you like Donald Trump then?
um, I'm generally conservative, so I just share conservative views, which is why I voted for Donald Trump. I was listening the entire time while you were debating the last guy about um, Donald Trump being a. And to be honest with you, hearing what you had to say about that, knowing that, I wish I wouldn't have voted for Donald Trump in that case that he is. However, I do just in general support conservative views.
So yeah, absolutely. You can support conservative views, and you can acknowledge that Donald Trump is such a horrible person that you shouldn't support him,
I
right?
I, I agree with that. I shouldn't. Yeah. I 100% do think that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we might debate in the future on the conservative views, but as of right now, the point of this live is to ensure that people don't support Donald Trump. So I appreciate you
Sure.
so very much. But yeah, like
Yeah.
I would say keep listening to these lives. You might hear some arguments against some of the conservative points maybe that you do hold to. I used to be a
That's
conservative
true.
myself. I grew up in a Christian conservative household, and my views have
Yeah.
changed over time. I used to be a Trump supporter when I was in high school, prior to the point I could vote or
Mhm.
anything. But and my views have changed. That's why I do these types of lives to be able to convince people and change their mind. But I appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
Because he is for the veterans, and my dad fought for this country.
In what way is he for veterans? Is
He supports the troops
in what way?
in every way.
Really? I mean, he's called veterans suckers and losers. He said that John McCain was not a war hero because he was captured. He dodged the draft on multiple occasions.
Okay.
I can point to plenty of things. He cut the VA.
Okay.
Like, in what way does he like support veterans? Really?
Well, I just think he does. But also, I have another question for you.
Okay.
Let me ask the question. If you don't like the president, you don't like the justice system, and you don't like what's going on in this country, why don't you just leave? No one's making you stay here.
Okay. So then, do you think Donald Trump should have left when Biden was president?
What do you mean?
Do you think that Donald Trump should have left the country when Biden was president because he didn't like the country? Do you think he should have left the
No.
country when Obama was president?
Donald Trump has always loved this country. You don't.
Wait, he said he didn't like the country with Joe Biden trying to destroy the country. He said the country was horrible. He said we were like a quote unquote third world country.
Yeah, because Biden was in office. Biden, first of all, Biden,
So if he doesn't like the country, then leave, right?
who, Trump?
Yeah.
See, this is your problem. You like to navigate the conversation to go your way. That's how you like it to go. You like to prove a point just to be heard.
Um. Uh.
What did Biden do for you when he was in office besides have dementia?
He hasn't been
What
died.
happened what happened when he sent those troops to and they all got the
Um.
Marines?
So there were more like people that died in conflict in the military under Donald Trump's presidency. 65 conflict under Trump's presidency was 16 under the Biden-Harris
Yeah, and
administration.
also Obama,
Secondly,
when he was the
secondly,
president.
Biden wasn't diagnosed with dementia. And then thirdly, like I of course I would respond to your point. You made a point, and you said like if I don't like the country, I should leave. And I'm saying given that same reasoning, you're saying that Donald Trump should have left when Biden was president.
Yeah, but it's not that he didn't like the country. He didn't like who was the president. It's not that
Exactly.
he didn't like the country.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like it's not that I
But you're
don't like the
different. You're saying you
country.
don't like the justice system. You don't
Me?
like you. Yeah, you did. You said the justice system is unfair.
There are some aspects of the justice system that are unfair, yeah. But like
So
that doesn't mean that I wait. Do you think loving your country means not criticizing it at all, or not thinking it can progress?
no, no, absolutely. You could have criticisms everywhere, but if you're in this country and you love your country, you have to love it.
Okay, so then
People
why did
are
Donald Trump pardon violent rioters on January 6th who beat cops and were convicted of it?
why was when Barack was in office, he deported more immigrants.
Okay, I can answer that question, but would you like to answer mine first?
Go ahead.
Do you know what my question was?
No, I can you repeat it?
Okay, sure. Yeah. First, I'll just respond to what you said, and then we'll go back to it.
I'm not trying to have like
Uh,
an argument. I'm just trying to,
so the reason why Barack Obama deported more people is because he used the legal process to deport people, and I disagree with him deporting anyone who hasn't committed a violent crime or bad crime. I think that they shouldn't have been deported, right? Along with the fact that Donald Trump is undermining the rights of due process in this country. He's restricting due process to a greater degree and violating direct orders from the Supreme Court.
as far as immigration goes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So what were we talking about originally? What did
Well,
I
I
say?
guess I just have a different point on immigration because my friend got by an illegal alien.
Undocumented immigrant. I don't think that
Yeah.
I don't think that you can generalize all undocumented immigrants because of that. Undocumented immigrants commit multiple
No,
times.
no, I understand that.
I just want to
Some
clarify.
undocumented
I want to clarify this one. Undocumented immigrants commit multiple times lower rates of violent crime and property crime in the United States comparative to natural born U.S. citizens. So although undocumented immigrants do commit crime in the United States, it's at a significantly lower rate than natural born U.S. citizens.
Okay, so
like
then
if
they
you're
should just
worried,
be here illegally and not pay taxes.
undocumented immigrants pay over $100 billion in taxes a year, and if you want them to pay more in taxes, give them a pathway to citizenship. I believe in a pathway to
Illegal
citizenship.
immigrants pay more in taxes. Do they have a social security number?
Dude, they don't. They have ITINs.
Before I was watching your thing, you said what makes you a citizen
Mm-hmm.
in this country. Doesn't a social security number make you a citizen?
It's not the determination of someone being a citizen, but it is heavily associated with it. Like you could think of a scenario where there's a citizen that, doesn't have a social security number. Why did Donald Trump pardon people who, police officers on January 6th that were violent rioters and were convicted of it? Why do you
I
pardon
mean,
them?
I can't answer that question for you, honestly. I mean, there's honestly things I can't answer. I don't know. I just feel like Biden had no like respect as a president. And also Kamala Harris just announced she's writing a book about how all these negative things about him.
Yeah. So Kamala Harris writing bad things about Trump. I'm confused how.
She just said that she has a book coming out
Yeah.
about all the things Biden.
I'm confused. I'm confused how we got to this point. But
Oh.
yeah. What about the book?
No, she just said that she was writing a book and she's exposing Biden for all that. I know I know it doesn't make.
But Kamala Harris didn't say she was exposing Biden.
Yes, she did. She said she wrote a book and she's exposing Biden in it.
I don't think she said that.
I just saw it on the news.
Really? I'd love to hear.
Yeah, after she was on the late
where'd
night
you hear
show
this
with
on the
Seth.
news? What news program?
Yeah, because you're probably gonna say, I know what you're gonna say because I'm watching Fox. It's not CNN. They both
I don't watch
they
CNN, by the
both
way.
fight each other.
I don't watch CNN, but it's Fox. I knew it was Fox. So,
Well, yeah.
so by the way,
Obviously.
she never said that. I don't know where she said that.
Oh, okay.
It's Fox Entertainment for a reason, not Fox
Okay.
Facts.
Okay.
So here's my question.
Mhm.
So if Donald Trump did pardon people, police officers, and were convicted of it, does that mean he's anti-police?
But you're just making one argument. of that.
How about this? Would you?
I think he probably did that because he doesn't want violence too.
He doesn't want violence. Yeah, he
Yeah.
pardoned violent rioters because he doesn't want violence. He incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol and then pardoned the violent rioters who engaged in that violent insurrection.
He didn't make them. He didn't make them go through that. No, he
Then why?
didn't do that.
Then why did he pardon them and call them patriots?
Because they did what they had to do. You make every scenario like.
They did what they had to do. What?
Well, why did Biden pardon his son?
Well, I mean, I disagree with Biden pardoning his son, but I mean, he didn't commit a violent
Oh,
crime.
I mean, I'm asking you why.
Why do you do that? Because he's his son and he doesn't want him to be in prison because he's his son?
Yeah. So, as a president, you shouldn't do that. That's biased because you want your son. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with your position there. What about Bidenism isn't going to save you from taking accountability for Trump here?
I'm not trying to take accountability for Trump.
Or
I
take
just-
away accountability.
I'm just saying, I think he's doing better for us now than Biden was. No, like,
In what way?
I just feel like he's very stern on what he says, like, even against other countries with war. Like,
And what?
don't mess with us, we're going to mess
with
with you.
Putin? Like with Putin?
Yeah, when he spoke with Putin.
Yeah, that's exactly why he's funding Ukraine again, right?
But when Biden was in office,
We were also
Russia
funding
and Ukraine had a war.
Yeah, and they're still at that war. I thought he was going to end it in 24 hours. He wasn't very stern with that, was he?
You can't make up for Biden's 4 years of bull in 24 hours.
It wasn't 4 years because it didn't happen the entire administration, one. And
Okay,
two,
so what
how did
happened
that
2
have to do
years?
with Biden? How did that have to do with Biden?
What do you mean?
What did that have to do with Biden? Why did Trump follow the exact same thing Biden did if it is the case that Biden was the one who fucked it up?
I don't know. I just feel like you're so anti-Trump and nothing you really hear matters to you. You just make like you have your you know you have your facts. There's no disputing that. I can't dispute you on that. I just like Trump.
Okay, facts over feelings, right?
First of all, feelings can come in with politics. I think he's doing a better job right now.
Okay, how so?
I just think he is just putting motions in. I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe feelings over. I don't know. I just like him. I mean, that's just my opinion. Maybe it's wrong. I don't know. Whoever you like, right?
Okay, but like what? Like why? Because like I think he's a horrible person. I don't see a good reason to like him. It sounds like it. Like it sounds like you should have a reason, right?
I don't think he's a horrible person.
Or so someone held civilly liable if a woman saying you dated a 10-year-old girl
Well,
in
first
10
of all-
years, bragging
First
about
of all,
walking.
you have to blame the jury for that because they did not accuse him of. Okay, they said that they didn't have enough evidence of only.
That's not what they
So
said.
if you want to
That's-
blame anybody, blame the jury. And if he did something so horrible like that, he should be in jail, right?
He should be in jail. The reason why he's not is because the statute of limitations in New York specifically that says after 5 years you can't try him in a criminal court, even if you have like evidence, like even if you have like video evidence. In terms of the court case for the jury determination, that was actually the law that existed, the civil law, the definition of it's not that they weren't saying that it was, it's that the law says specifically that was only when a male member is against her will, right? And that's not the only context of. I think any against her will is rape. That's what happened. So because she didn't know whether or not it happened with fingers or with his male member, that is the reason why they said. That doesn't mean that she wasn't. She absolutely was. I just want to I want you to hear this video real quick because I think this is like really telling of Donald Trump's character as a person.
Okay, I'm open to listen to it.
For sure. And then I have another clip to play you right after.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, tell
Well,
me
I'll
what
tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
All right. Any quick response to that one?
I'm just looking at the comments. Like, she's still going to defend him no matter what. I'm not defending. Listen, I just liked him because for the troops, I'm not defending his actions or anything like that. So people in the comments have to stop saying that because,
So what did he do for the
I'm
troops?
not defending I don't know how you do this because these comments are
So what did he do for the
terrible.
troops? What did he do for the troops?
What? I don't know. My dad just said he supports the troops. I don't know.
Oh, so your dad just said that he supports the troops. So I'd love to debate your dad too, but he doesn't
Okay,
support
guys,
the troops.
hear
I gave you
daddy. Yeah. Okay.
I gave you good reason to believe that he doesn't support the troops. He cut the VA.
Yeah.
He specifically
Okay.
led to 65 service members died under his administration in conflict. We can point to that, greater than the 16 under the Biden-Harris administration. We can also point to the fact that Donald Trump called veterans suckers and losers and said that John McCain's not a war hero because he was captured, right? And because he was a prisoner of war, which is an insane thing to say about a veteran that was literally caught as a prisoner of war when he's someone who dodged the draft multiple times. And then also listen to this.
My daughter is beautiful, Ivanka.
By the way, your daughter.
She's beautiful.
Can I say this? A piece of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear it.
How do you feel about him saying
People just
yeah
don't
to
have to be
Howard?
so mean in the comments.
How do you feel about him saying yeah to Howard Stern, calling his daughter a piece of ass?
Listen, I came on here to, tell you I support him, and you're just, bring facts up, and I'm not trying to, go back and forth. I've just came on to tell you. That's all.
Sure. I understand. And maybe the comment section here, you can hold down on the screen and click clear display and you won't see the comment section.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
But
people just could be so. I'm just saying. I don't even know how you do this with the comments. People could be so mean.
So here's something that I would say, and this is how people are interpreting it from their side because they know more about this than you do, is that it's actually mean for you to support someone like Donald Trump and support him, saying these types of things and support him in despite of that. And oftentimes people it sounds like for you, you just didn't know about it and you've just kind of supported Trump because of the people around you have said things in support of Trump. And really, if you incorporate the things that I'm talking about, right, then you'll have a better view on the matter. And the reason why people are responding like that is because the views are insane. And they've become incredibly normalized in our society because Donald Trump has been in the political race and got voted in. So that's actually one of the harms that we're arguing against on this live is the fact that it's become so normalized in society that there are normal people that literally don't even know about all of the things Donald Trump's done that are bad, right? That still support him in a certain sense, right? And they need to know that these things are bad about him. And they also need to know that it's factual that these things did happen. And that Donald Trump is a horrible person, and that he's going to lie about it and say that he didn't do these things, and make up all these lies as he always does. And you got to make sure to be able to read through the lines to be able to see what's actually happening, base your beliefs on facts and evidence rather than just
Read the
what
facts and stuff
people
like
around
that.
you said.
Yeah. That's why I just came on. That's But yeah, I'll definitely look into it.
All right, I appreciate you coming up.